Everybody, welcome to a Saturday Mike Talk. So glad that you guys are with me. I'm here in Arizona. We are in Queen Creek, Arizona, at the home of the Baileys, and we're so grateful for their hospitality. And I'm going to take you inside and show you sometime inside their house. It's crazy. It's a Christmas winter wonderland. But you can just see I'm outside in their outdoor kind of atrium area, right next door to the little bungalow that they've got for us, and it's great. They just treat us like, it's just like the Old Testament, like the prophet's room. We've got a room just for us to hang out, and I'm going to do some study and some reading and stuff. Not working, I'm just doing it for fun. When I read the Bible for fun, that's the good part. Hey, I want to encourage you tomorrow. First of all, I want to encourage you, text prayer to that number that's on the screen. I want to pray for you. Tomorrow is Sunday. It's the Lord's Day. And I know it's kind of the last Lord's Day of the year. A lot of people choose because they're off on vacation to skip church. Don't take vacation on God tomorrow. Come back to this YouTube channel. I've got a sermon that I prepared before I left called After Christmas. It's a great teaching. It's not too long, and I think you'll really be inspired by it. If you're in Central Illinois, go to our 401 East Jefferson Street location. James McMillian, good preaching friend of mine, is going to be preaching for us tomorrow. Don't skip church just because it's the holidays, okay? And so I just want to encourage you guys to do that. You can probably find us online live streaming too, that same thing, just at 9 o'clock Central Time. So we're not fully up to speed on that yet. I just want to share with you that our Build 2025 Christmas offering so far is taken in $70,234.04. Now remember, we wanted to raise $75,000 on top of our $70,000 budget need per month, which means we've hit our budget need, and now we're $4,765 away and 91 cents. Don't forget the 91 cents away from reaching our goal of $75,000, which is great. $25,000 is going to go right back in our community. $25,000 will go right back in our building fund. $25,000 into our general fund to get us ready for 2025. Good job, Song and Sword. God bless you guys. Keep praying because we've got a miraculous gift from some old friends that live in Europe now, and God works in mysterious ways. So blessings on you guys. I want to go to Luke chapter 2 again. You'll hear a little bit about this in tomorrow's sermon after Christmas. But what happens after Christmas? Well, we don't know a lot about Jesus. We know that Jesus grew up in Nazareth, and we find this incident when he's 12 years old. Let me read it to you. Luke chapter 2, verse 41. Every year his parents traveled to Jerusalem for the Passover festival. When he was 12 years old, they went up according to the custom of the festival. And after those days were over, they also returned. As they returned, the boy Jesus stayed behind the Jerusalem, but his parents did not know it. Assuming he was in the traveling party, they went a day's journey. Then they began looking for him among their relatives and friends. When they did not find him, they returned to Jerusalem to search for him. After 3 days, they found him in the temple, sitting among the teachers, listening to them and answering their questions. And all those who heard him were astounded at his understanding and his answers. And when his parents saw him, they were astonished. And his mother said to him, "Son, why have you treated us like this? Your father and I have been anxiously searching for you." Verse 49, this is it. "Why were you searching for me?" he asked them. "Didn't you know that it was necessary for me to be in my father's house?" But they did not understand what he said to them. 12 years old. He's 1 year away from his bar mitzvah, from becoming a son of the law in the traditional way. Now, I love the tradition of Mary and Joseph. Mary and Joseph, like I've said before, they're good, righteous, godly people. They've traveled in a caravan of relatives and friends from Nazareth, not quite 90 miles, probably about 75 miles. And they've come to the Feast of Passover. It's a week-long feast heading into Passover. And so they're good Jewish people. They're celebrating the Old Testament law, even all that they know about Jesus, 12 years after his birth, after Christmas, that first Christmas. And Jesus decides that he's going to go to the temple, and he's going to sit with the smart guys. He's going to sit with all the learned educators, the teachers, and he's going to ask them questions. Can you imagine the questions he's asking? Jesus was great at teaching by asking questions. Jesus is, in his way, he's asking them questions to see if they understand Messiah, to see if they understand fully the heart behind the law. And I wish we had a list of these questions. And I wish that see, sometimes you can be smart by giving answers. Sometimes you can be smart by asking questions. Jesus was beyond superior when it came to teaching. Even when he was 12 years old, he could ask questions that would make the scholars go, that's a good question. Of course, he knew the answer because he was the son of his father. And this is a very important thing that Jesus does here. Jesus is making a statement about who his heavenly Father is. We know that he was miraculously conceived. That's the Christmas story. We know that Mary is his mother because God chose her by grace. But Jesus is saying, I know I'm subject, and we go on in Luke chapter 2 to find out that he's subject to them. He's not being disrespectful to them. By the way, can you imagine losing the Son of God for 3 days? They're still responsible for him. He's not an adult yet. He's 12. And they don't know where he's at for 3 full days. But there's something about this that I want to share with you on this Saturday. If you're looking for God, if you're looking for Jesus, if you want to know where things are going to happen spiritual in your world, stop looking anywhere else but the Lord's house. Jesus says, you guys should have looked here first. I don't know where, maybe they looked at where they camped, because camping was a big deal during the Passover, just somewhere on the Mount of Olives, maybe wandering through the olive groves of Gethsemane, maybe walking up and down the Kidron Valley. I don't know exactly where they looked for him. Maybe they had some people in town that let him use their house. We don't know. But Jesus is saying, well, y'all should have just should have started looking in the temple first, because this is my Father's house. Did you not know that I was going to be about my Father's business in my Father's house? That's the question. Why were you searching for me? Didn't you know that it was necessary for me to be in my Father's house? If it's necessary for Jesus to be in his Father's house, if that's the place where God is doing his work, where God is moving, then the same is true for you. If you're a follower of God through Jesus Christ, you have to be in the Father's house. That means going to church. That means being a part of the fellowship of the people of God. It's in the house of God. It's in the house of my Father, Jesus says, that my business is. And that's true for us today too. So just a little challenge for us on this Saturday. Where are you going to find Jesus? Where are you going to find Jesus? You're going to find him in his Father's house. We no longer have the temple, but we have Father's houses of worship all over our town, all over this world, all over this country. And I encourage you to be about your Father's house, and that's where you're going to find Jesus. That's where Mary and Joseph did. Hope that blesses you guys today. Sarah and I getting ready to go on a walk, and it's cold out here. Peace.